Okay. Ooh. What up, yo?
Now we cozy.
We are cozy. This is see how I sit on the other side.
Touching this.
Okay. Sorry. My bad.
My bad, honey. My bad. This is how you know.
My bad. My bad, homie. So she doesn't have that on her face, y'all. What? Are you sitting on my chair?
I be. God, oh shit. What the fuck?
All that. What up, guys? Welcome to SipsTea the Show. I watched my earlier live on my page, with Christina. I did say we do apologize for difficulties. We have into a newer location, so we're just getting everything back on track. However, we will be on track coming the following week. So we do apologize for the delay there.
And now that we're having technical difficulties again.
Yeah, so, we're gonna get it perfect eventually.
I don't want to do it with the false, because it's just
we're gonna get it perfect.
7 days of pressure. One day, everything will be perfect. All will be right with the universe. But today ain't the day.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
And then we met. That's where I'm at with it. Because normally I would probably be like, yeah, it's good, blah, 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 fix it.
Negative Nancy, look, we're going to be on time. We're trying to get this thing started on time. But nonetheless, Wednesday, it's your favorite day. It's your favorite Us Girls, United Sisters, and we're bringing you show. So my one question before we start this show is, your cup.
I don't want to sit on this side because then my cup is backwards.
Oh Lord!
These are
first we had to worry about the glare, so I said, you know what? I'll sit on the other side and shine. But
there's no glare on you. Where's the fucking glare?
I'm not as light as you.
It doesn't matter.
But was my point solved?
No, because where's the glare?
There's no glare because I'm not.
Maybe
there is a glare. You
shiny. Is that what's going on here?
Shine bright like a diamond.
Okay, guys. Thank you for tuning in to SipsTea the Show. Hello. It is hump day again. So you know what we gotta do. We gotta talk about the real going out here. The human experience. You know what I'm saying? So of course, over the course of 7 days, like so much happens for everybody. Like there is way too much. But you have to start the show off with our positivity. Positivity.
I think she misses the music.
Dude, oh my gosh, it's like so quiet in here. All I hear is Abby.
And Kennedy.
And Kennedy is about to start playing with a bottle soon. So in the background, you may hear crunch. For all of you dog lovers out there, you should tune in because it is a dog making the noise. Dog lovers support everybody. Like all it has to do is have a dog present, and
exactly. Anywhere my dog, she said, your dog goes with you to happy hour. I said, yeah, she's a part of me. If they're not acceptable of the animals, then they're not accepting me.
But my kid can't go to happy hour. So why does your dog get to
I don't advocate for the children. I advocate. You know why? Because children can by mistake consume alcohol or something like that.
Kennedy gets They lick up. Any animal, person, or whatever that sniffs and licks butts will definitely. Okay.
I cannot advocate for children.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But I will advocate for.
Of course. Shout out to the places around DC that are pet friendly. Because no, she really did just get me hip to a little spot that I didn't know about. I've actually doing some Uber. I picked up several people from there, and I was like, "Oh, this is interesting little spot." I had no clue that behind the scenes the pets were lurking. So
I know there's
that's
actually a lot of places in DC.
Yeah, you were mentioning the beer garden.
The beer garden. You have Dolce. They're trying to now with the gentrification. You know, they're trying to implement pets. But there has to be some type of a guideline, though. I mean, I don't think that pets should be allowed in every circumstance.
Yes, you
but
do.
I don't. I do, but I don't.
Exactly.
I think we should be able to take our animals to work with us.
Guess where they do take animals to work?
Where?
In the freaking White House. Wherever.
Really?
I say the White House, but I think it's the White House. But Senate building, places like that. Let me tell you guys, doing Uber, I've learned a lot about the city that I did not know. We talked about the city, DC. So I had a passenger who told me how she's arranged for a tour of the White House, and you have to do this like way far in advance if you're in the city, and you have to go through background checks and all of that stuff. Well, on the day of her tour, the guide would leave underground. The trolley system that transports the senators and congressmen.
Really?
Yes, that's what I said. I was like, of all the trips I've heard about to the and things like that, I've never heard them, but that's a tour. So
wow,
check it out. Like,
how do you get on that tour? I wonder.
Well, you have to actually call. I suppose you call in the White House or whatever it is when you want to schedule a tour or something like that. But if it's available to outsiders and people that are visiting the city, it's definitely available to us. Can you pass the background check?
Yeah.
Would you back?
I'll pass the background check.
Okay.
Now, if they were looking at some of these videos that we've done, these shows we've done, my language was quite robust.
Against the LA dub.
Okay. Okay. But I have one question, and we can definitely move on to the positivity because we definitely got a lot to get through the show. How do you feel about who get in the cars with animals? Do you decline them?
No, I've actually had one passenger. No, two passengers. One was a little baby kitty,
and she loves kittens. She loves cats,
and it was a baby. Like, who doesn't love a kitten? Like, seriously,
that is. Yeah, they are
adorable.
Yeah.
So
I wish they had like teacup cats that didn't get bigger and stay kids.
You just have to keep it that little, huh?
Yeah.
Why? Get your little baby girl. Get that. Okay. So then I also had another passenger that had a dog. The dog was medium size, but not like super huge. She sat in the front seat. It was a puppy. Probably not going to get super big, but it was big enough. But the dog sat on her lap the whole time.
Did she like warn you and say, "Oh, I have a dog with me"?
She said something before she got in. It was actually on the line, so there were other passengers that had a freaking allergy. That would have been a problem. But as long as your animals are chill and ain't pissing or shitting in my,
because let me tell you. So I was on a line, right, and this.
This is Rideshare Rant Uber Chronicles, baby.
And I was in the line, and the girl got in with her dog or whatever. And so I guess whatever, but the guy was like, all right, well, you're already in here now. So he picked her up. I guess she had to go a long distance, and he realized she had to go a long distance. And the dog kept like making all these noises, barking and crying. And I take my dog out. And he was like, no.
Right.
The dog is going off. And so then she's like, I'm sorry. I know this is your car, but my dog is crying and she needs to come out. So I'm going to, he did.
Got her ass out that car.
Yes.
Bye, bitch.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, this is the thing, baby.
Yes.
Let me tell you guys something. Let's talk about this experience.
Over. And she was like, I am not getting out. I don't know where I am. And he was like, you're going to have to get out of my car. I have the right to put you out of my car. I guess it was some like Uber. You'll have a policy or something like that. And then he said he's gonna charge. Do you guys can charge like a fee, a cleanup fee, or something like
if
that?
If there's an accident, we don't.
He said he was gonna call and charge them that because the dog was coming out of the bag, and he like was on. It was kind of dangerous how he did it because we were driving and he just pulled over and was like, "Get out of my car," and it was me. I'm probably not the safest.
Yeah.
But he was like adamant. Yeah. He was not moving that car. And I'm like, look.
The nationality or race of the person. No, the one that with the dog.
She was white and he was like Indian or something.
No, this is what I need to talk about.
Not that white, not this that the color matter.
No, but this is I find, and this has been in my experience, that African Americans, there's okay, he said, no, I don't want you to do that. And some of our Caucasian brothers and sisters are like, well, my dog wants to do this, and this is what I want to do. And so there's more of a sense of I can do what I want.
Like an entitlement.
And so that's why I had to ask because I could have been wrong, but I was completely right. And I you have to understand, you're in somebody else's vehicle.
That's what he was saying.
You're in my vehicle. Like if I don't want you to have, if you get in my car with muddy shoes and I don't want muddy shoes in my car, I can ask you to, because I have to deal with that after you leave. Whether or not the dog is going to take a, dump or whatever. Yeah. He doesn't know how his other passengers technically are going to respond to those. To your dog.
He could have been allergic because honestly, I guess she was like, she didn't inform them or whatever the case may be. I do think she probably should have said something. Yeah. When I take Kennedy, I always say something because everybody's not pet friendly. You can't disrespect people's stuff. Yeah. But we literally sat there for like 10 minutes. He was like, I'll call the police. And then she was like, I'll call the police. And then at this point, I was just like, get out the car.
And that's the thing. You can call the police, but the thing is,
it was a mess.
You have to realize you are in someone else's shit.
Yeah.
You coming in my house and saying, I'm not going to abide by the rules that you have in your, and you can't make me leave. Bitch, where? How so? How so can I not make you leave? You're going to get out of here. And I think it goes back to the lady. There was 2 passengers in the back seat, and their interaction with one of an Uber driver. I'm not sure what state it was. And I feel like they were getting her all out of her pocket because, that's after the fact. Like, I don't even know why I let them take me,
out of character.
But, their thing was, you have to drop me to where my location is. And I guess they had actually called the police at that time. And the police told them that, you have to take them to basically you can't like let them off on the highway. That's probably not the best.
Yeah, but they were doing an Uber share.
Yeah, no. I think they had their own wherever. She was refusing to continue on with them. I think that they had gotten into some exchange of words, and it was just an uncomfortable situation for her. She was like, "No, get up." Yeah. So, and I think they had called the police, and the police said for her to either take them. And she was saying she was going to take them to Anacostia, and that was the same location. Yeah, so yeah. I think it was Anacostia. Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even see that. What was that? What was that?
Look it up on YouTube, guys, or social media somewhere. Like Google it because this was like some time ago. But I do find that funny, and I do people like stop trying to treat somebody like they're beneath you.
Yeah.
All people life are driving Uber right now. All you need is a car. So you might have a college student trying to pay off their bills, or everybody likes. I mean, if you're trying to buy a house, that was me.
That was a nice coin. I mean,
it's a coin that you make on your own time at your leisure. Whatever the case may be. So be conscious of the fact that you're not in control of who, yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? So like, let's just stop. Let's all be good people to each other. Let's respect each other's space and wishes. And let's not
do that.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I think that's basically what a lot of people, with that whole Uber thing, even with that boo, you called an express pool.
You called an express.
Don't act like catch no express pool.
Why you mad?
Walk to your location.
Right.
You call him, telling the person, and then you holding everybody else up. Child. I'm telling you, I could talk about something.
This is a rush. I think I told you guys that I was going to do a show specifically about Uber, and I was actually this rideshare rant because so many people use many people use the rideshare programs, and all of them are different. You know what I mean? But I was going to actually do that because we all have different stuff to say about what goes on in them cars. Yet you still ride. The exchange between the passengers, it's crazy. Yes, boo, you in an express, take your ass to the location and stop.
Seriously. How everybody else
you see on that app them little blue things that show your ass where to
walk 3 minutes.
Take yourself to where. Don't wait.
And it ain't gonna drop you off in front of your house.
Please know
that
this.
too.
Know what you're doing, boo boo.
We ain't gonna keep ranting and raving.
Yes.
But that's just like I said, the show is real. So I felt that we started talking about, I don't even know how we got on the subject, but whatever.
Yeah.
Chronicles, rider share, Uber Chronicles. If you have an Uber story, post that shit.
Yeah, let's get this conversation
or videotape it and share it.
Let's get this
I think that would even be better. I'm gonna get it moving. I want to go ahead and get into our positivity part of the show. A little bit long-winded with that. However, I still want us to make sure we hit all the segments in the show because all of them are important. And this whole time, and I was saying, as I was about to go ahead and go.
Y'all just got a preview of rideshare rant.
Yes. Okay. So for me, once again, week I do my positivity based off the week that I'm having. It was create a vision that makes you want to jump out of the bed in the morning.
Yes.
So for me, that was just create the life you want. You understand what I'm saying? Create the vacation from.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're doing each and every time we come up here because we love doing this. She has her locker room, which she loves. I just recently started, which made and that inspired me, amongst other things, my dog, to start my own business. And I'm in the process of starting my own dog training business. I'm not going to tell you guys the name yet, but it is coming soon. Pricing, things of that nature. It's coming soon. If you follow my Eb Deceleb page, you can DM me. More than happy to give you that information. But when I saw this, I'm like, you have to create the life you want. We get up oh my God, I got to go to work. You don't have to have that life. Yeah. We're all individuals and we all have the same abilities that everybody else has. And you can create that life you want. You just got to push for it. So that was
it's really important. It's really important. Because you get to the point, you get tired of the morning stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or contemplating, oh my God, I have another 5 minutes, I have another 10 minutes. Okay, let me just call out today. What do I really have at work?
I still want to be excited again. Absolutely. So that is really, really important. So let me tell you guys this. Okay, so we'll talk. I think can we brew? Can we talk more about jewelry and your dog training business?
Yes.
During Brewing TEA?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the positivity.
Yeah. Now. Okay. Calm down. Okay. Okay. So now, but the reason I actually, was saying that in the process, I ran across some quotes that I really wanted to share with you guys, but I was actually looking for it. I'm like, where did I put my shit? So in my travels this week, I found some things. It was on Instagram.
We're going to just take 1.
3. And so on my Instagram, there are actually three little quotes that spoke to a lot of people. And so I'm going to share these with you.
She guys get to Mr.
One,
she's not walking.
Simmer down. Simmer down. There will be 3. Like to hear here it goes. You actually save your commentary on them so that I can roll through them, but I'm rolling through. All right. And begin. So the first, in the end, it will be all right. And if it's not all right, it's not the end. So that was really, really cool to me. I was like, yeah, sis, yeah, sis. I'll tell you who posted them a little bit later when I'm going into why. Okay. The other one was never love anyone who treats you. Yes, Lord, because I need to be a freaking star. Okay. If I am not your star, then I can't. You know what I'm saying?
The commentation.
The commentary. Number 3. No, this one needs to dig in, y'all. Seriously, really speaks volumes. Don't.
Yeah, I do like
be with anybody or love anybody that treats you like you're everybody else. Yeah. You are not freaking ordinary. You're extraordinary. You are awesome sauce. And yes, whoever you're with needs to know that and recognize that you are awesome fucking sauce. And if not, that's not the person. Bam. Now, moving on.
Okay. Your 3 are justified.
And I tell her ass that it is, but she don't. Okay. And so, and then the last one, I never knew how strong I was until I had to forgive someone who wasn't sorry and accept an apology that I never received. I'm gonna let you mind next. I know you did. I'm gonna bring this one back.
Can you say I can't?
Yeah. Okay. When we have affinity, I'm gonna bring that one back.
Can we roll it? Can we roll it back?
We're gonna
we gotta talk about that because we was gonna talk about something else.
Now she on my nipples. See, when I was trying to spread the word and give a word, people over here, okay, well, no. Let me do what I gotta do. What's on my heart with the Lord saying, duh. All right, so let's move on into Brewing TEA. And it's a perfect segue because the reason that and I'm not just talk about myself for a hot little second, let Eb Deceleb go into what she's doing. So right now we're talking about Brewing TEA, guys. If you are out there brewing your tea, please let us know because this is the segment of the show that we highlight accomplishments, things that you're trying to do in your life, like you're out there brewing tea, like making your own way. So recently, I have started to create. Always been a really creative person. It's my thing. You know, I love to.
I remember when you went through the painting.
Yeah. I'm still in the painting phase. I just want to have the time when I wake up in the morning and I can just freaking paint. You know what I'm saying?
You used to love doing that.
I absolutely love my. That's my catharsis. That's how I, get my spirit in tune and all of that other stuff. And I haven't been able to do it recently. So that might be why I'm out of control. Yeah. But creative outlets really, really help me out. And, I really am a people person and I love to make people feel good. I love to motivate people and things like that. And I think that's part of my calling in the first place. Mm-hmm. So what better way? Mm-hmm. And now you guys know I wear sister locks. I've had them for the past 3 years. It's the best hair decision I've ever made. And it's really gotten me into natural hair and looking at people and looking at their hair and seeing who we are with our hair. And with sister locks, there's no two heads that I've ever seen that are the same. Everybody's hair texture. It's a very individual thing. You can never say, I want my hair to be like her. It will be like yours. It will be your crown is your crown. Mm-hmm. And so I get into making this lock jewelry. I completely love it. And so now I'm in the process of trying to set up my website so that everybody can buy the lock jewelry on their own and kind of. I have my Instagram up so that you can see some of the things. Not all of the things, but I'm constantly posting things just to kind of keep things rolling. And I've been adding and liking lots of people and in the lock community, and because my jewels are actually more so specifically for sister locks, micro locks, the smaller
even
locks,
those locks that are thinning. Those consider you say, oh, I just want to cut them off and let them go. Maybe if you accessorize them, they'll bring some life back to
absolutely
them. Even those thinning locks as well.
Accessorizing your hair, your crown, as I call it. Accessorizing your crown is definitely it helps you express yourself. And it's like, it's jewelry, you know, just like you would wear a pair of earrings or something else that makes your hair pop. It makes you feel special for that day or for the time that you have it. I mean, we're men, you know, men too, but women, you know, us accessorizing just because it's a personal preference. And I'm hoping that through my lock jewelry, I actually give people a way to express themselves and actually more original and individual with your locks and things like that. And there is a market because there are not many people that make lock jewelry for sister locks in general. And it's really important to find sister locks and micro locks and things that are thin. Those thinner locks is very important for them not to have super heavy jewelry because super heavy jewelry will pull at your hair, which will pull at your little edges and your roots and stuff like that, and it increases the possibility of breakage. So that's me. So look at it.
You said locks. There's certain lock jewelries too, because I've been doing a lot of jewelry for a very, very long time, and I used to get some, and mentioning it as well, is because you do some with crystals as well. So crystals bring different, amethysts bring different positive energy. So if you can attach that to a lock jewelry and have that on your crown 24/7 to consistently remain balanced.
Right.
A lot of lock jewelry, I have a lot of lock jewelry that has crystals on it, and each crystal is different, and it brings a certain different energy.
Yeah.
Big cool thing
on the some of the jewels are because of the weight, if it's not a small one specifically for like that. But I'm also going to get into or back into wire wrapping for jewelry so that you can wear. I'm all about the stones and everything. I actually carry some. I will pull them out right now, but I'm not. I carry some in my bra like all the time. Of course I remember Sean. Hey, Sean.
She used to always say, wait, oops, sorry, backtrack. You said you carried them in your tent?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, honey, they're right here. Rose quartz. I carry Blackstone. I'm not sure. I can't remember what the name of it is. But I carry 3 stones currently. And those are just, you know, to protect my energy, number one, to repel negativity, and to be that my angels there. Yes, every tell the people, hey. But yeah, just to remind me of God's love and that my angels are there with me. So that's it. Everybody check out Jules by Gem, Jules _GEM Gem. They're going to be under the umbrella of Keleeba's Creations to leave it open for me to do my painting and to actually do my wire jewelry and things like that. But right now I'm focusing on my so yes, Jules by Gem, Jules _by _Gem. Look it up. Get you some. Hit me up, DM me. And so now we're gonna brew my co-host. A testament to, is that a word? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it in my ear. But this can attest to the fact that motivation and positive energy is not just reciprocal, it grows. And I think us doing this show, the whole point behind it is to encourage each other and to encourage other people to brew your own tea. Get out there and do that. So I'm super excited that Eb Deceleb is actually taking one of her skills and going into business for herself and doing it for herself as opposed to under somebody and doing it for them under their umbrella.
Exactly.
So yeah, tell us more about your dog training.
So as she mentioned, I'm getting into, I've been dog here. However, I have been doing underneath another company. And I decided I was having a lot of positive feedback and everything like that. And I decided, you know what, I'm talking about brewing my own tea, doing my own thing, but yet it's somebody's clock. So once again, I wanted to be about what we're about. So I recently decided to create my own business, doing my dog training, personal one-on-one sessions. I can come to your house, do it there, essentialize both. It's better for you. But I truly, why I love dog training and animals, I feel like animals bring out a sensitive side in everyone, just like children. I feel like animals, for me at least, it does that for me. My dog calms me a lot, and I feel like they're misunderstood because they're not properly trained. That people don't take the time to work with their dog. They get dogs and, oh my God, I love my dog, might give them away. So I try to take preventative measures so situations like that doesn't happen. Let's work with your dog from day one. I work with how to be positive pet parent, positive pet animals. For that, it creates a great relationship, so we don't have to worry about the influx of dogs being given to a shelter or whatever because they have the trainers. A lot of people give dogs up because they're not trained, they're not crate trained, they're not potty trained, they don't listen, they bark a lot. All these different lines. I say, hey, if you would have attacked that the dog was a puppy, then you could have prevented. Those are all the preventative measures that wouldn't even be the case. So you would have a happy animal. In return, you wouldn't want to give your dog up.
So can you train them after like a certain amount of time, or are they like kids? Because kids are the same way. Like if you let them get away with stuff when they're little, they're hard. Things that we let our kids get away with when they're itty bitty are the same things that they do as an adult. So is it the same way with the dogs? And if so, do you still trainable as they get older?
Absolutely. I actually specialize in dealing with rescue animals. Dealing with a lot more patience than dealing with the puppy because the puppy doesn't know. They haven't created any bad habits. So what I do, actually train on reconditioning bad behaviors. What happens is I take that bad behavior and I put in a more desirable behavior. So I replace it with a desirable behavior. I don't use the choke collars and things of that nature to cause unnecessary aggression. Everything is called opera conditioning. So it's a positive reinforcement training program that I actually train on. And the method works for puppies, to puppy 1, puppy 2, and I also do canine good citizen, the test to go through. And then also I train adult 1, adult 2, and then canine good citizen as well. So some of the things so I actually start from the beginning from both dogs. It doesn't matter their attitude level. What matters with an adult dog versus a puppy. Puppies typically haven't built up any type of aggression or guarding or things like that. Adult dogs, 10 times out, they've been through patients cause them to be aggressive. Mm-hmm. That's why they got put in there. So dogs like that, I try to refer. I will refer when in doubt, refer out. So I'll refer them into like a behavioralist or something like that. I won't even try to take that client on because I wouldn't do that dog any justice. Mm-hmm. But I do that are timid, or I was working one time with a dog that was a Great Dane, 180 pounds, and he was scared to go through the door. Aww. So it really required a lot of patience because he was abused. He was hit by doors. So really take the time to understand the background of where that dog comes from.
Like that.
Oh, wow. And that's the thing. A lot of training has to do with the psychology. Like even with
you're doing Pavlov's, with dogs what I did with people.
Yeah, like, even wow. With Pavlov's dog with the whole bell theory. I work how to get them to recognize things. So I've actually taken the time to not just go through the training and get certified, but actually understand and understand that what dogs go through, and then it requires a lot of patience.
You have a psychology background. Anyway,
I do.
Isn't that funny though? But so I think that's a great testament to the fact that like you start out life like with the psychology thing, go to school, blah, blah, blah. And I can attest to the fact that it's a very, very difficult field to be in. Mm-hmm. It's very taxing on you, but even though that was a basis of your that like, oh, okay, I can go into this field, you actually still take those skills and use it elsewhere. Absolutely. In a place that might actually bring you the same amount of joy and help you to, because you're still doing,
it's like when you work with an animal and the parent. I will say too, I work with the dog, but I more so work with the parent to train the dog, because what happens is I'm not living in your house. So it's to learn from me. It's going to do more good for them to learn from you.
Okay. So
so we definitely work together, but to see, like I've worked with so many dogs and to see where they've come from when they first started. I've had dogs that were scared. They had dogs that I do work with some aggression, just depends on the aggression. Mm-hmm. And then just to see the change, the life change in 6 to 12 weeks, it's amazing. And to know that I had a part to not give that, there's a pact.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And what happens with, when they don't have anywhere to go? You have your no-kill shelters out there, but you have a lot of shelters when their dogs don't have anywhere to go, so they have to put them down. And so with that in mind, it's like, let me try rehab as possible. So if you go, I always tell people adopt, because there's so many dogs out there. It's easier to get a puppy, but there's so many dogs out there that have been placed in these shelters that are looking for good homes. I am a trainer. I work with rescue, and will make sure that you and the dog that you choose to take care of or be with or build a bond or build a family with, I will make sure that all the dots connect.
All right. And let's talk about some consultation too, because it looks like you put you on a consultation basis when you go and get your dog. Like,
I've done that
this
too.
One might be a match for you. This one is not.
Because sometimes I'll work with one person. Like, I have one dog, and it was a beautiful dog, and that's why she got him. I'll never forget. It was a beautiful, what was the breed? Eskimo, if I want to think so. But she was so excited. So she came for training, like after her first or second week. I always tell them to get used to their dog before they come to me. Yeah. But they want to start training right away, but it's to build a bond first before I build a bond, because we don't want to confuse the dog's going to come with exactly. So she was like, oh yeah. So I kept trying to tell her, it's like, you might want to wait. She was so excited. She was like, no, I'm going to go ahead. I want to start now. So she signed up and started on the same day. The doctor did the dog the day before. And so I already saw a lot of signs. I said, okay, so I was just writing, because I do a consultation with you. I'm not going to just say, this is what we're going to do, A, B, and Z. I'm going to tell you with training the dog, why is it important to know sit? Why are these different things that we're going through important for your dog? How is this going to relate to the real lifetime? So I do practical experience. I don't do just, sit. Well, why is he learning how to sit? I saw certain signs from her dog, and I told her, I said, well, these are the signs you might want to look out for. And with it, she missed the next class, and then the following, I saw her in the store. I said, oh, where's your dog? She's like, I had to give him. Case in point, she just got the dog because he was beautiful. Didn't take the time to understand what the dog's issue was. And they'll tell you, the shelters will tell you, they're upfront because they don't want you to bring the dog.
Right.
But so definitely check out my Eb Deceleb page. I do have information on there. I will be creating a page and finding the time to do that. But right now, everything's going to, as of right now. But yeah, so that's my tea for the week.
Okay, so that's some tea. It was hot. Okay. So now we're going to have to move into tea time. Okay, let's get it done, y'all. Okay, because we're going to move through these topics.
Yeah.
We need to get it done because the time is set. All right, so tea time.
Is your cup full first?
My cup is full.
My cup is not full, y'all, because I'm not drinking right now, but her cup is full for the both.
For the both of us.
So, so let's get it.
So with the positivity being out the way and we have brewed tea, we need some tea time. So now a couple things. Today was PTSD Awareness Day. And I'm actually glad that the conversation is coming up. That's actually something that we can talk about after what you just said, because I experienced a little bit of that as well.
Absolutely.
Also,
not a little bit, a lot. They actually, especially if they're like an abuse situation,
right?
They do struggle with post-traumatic stress disorder.
So that's post-traumatic stress disorder, and I was listening to 95.5 today. They were talking about it, and it's time for us to start the conversation. And I'll leave that there because we actually just came off of Mental Health Awareness Month, and we talked about it a lot there. Also passed at the age of 89 today. So
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
And I said I wasn't reporting any deaths. So now every week
did, and I said it.
Every week we're reporting somebody passing away.
Well, unfortunately, this is this is unfortunate. He was 89.
He lived a good life.
He did, and he died of pancreatic cancer. So again, that goes to that health and wellness thing. But on a lighter note, but still very, very heavy.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So do we want to do the reality TV stuff, or we want to do start?
I think we could. Let's start with the reality TV in this segment.
Okay. Let's start it. Because all right. So this is your thing.
So my thing was, it was reality versus reality, right? what do we really think that reality TV is bringing to our natural reality? What is it bringing to the human life experience? How is it affecting the human life experience? And I wanted to bring it up because I watched Love and Hip Hop just so that I can stay relevant in what's going on so we can make lots of content for the show. However, I feel like Love and Hip Hop, they don't have any type of consistency. Every year, every season, it's somebody new on the season that you don't know. So you have to get familiar with a new person. Last show and the last season, like Jocelyn Hernandez, who is no longer on the show, but now you got to get used to Erica Mena being on the show. And it's just weird. It's just weird how they try to force you into these situations to love these shows.
Erica.
Yeah, Erica Mena is the back. They took Jocelyn with Erica Mena. Okay. But Erica Mena and Jocelyn Hernandez are two different type of people.
Absolutely.
They brought two different types of characters to the show. So I thought they thought maybe Mona Scott, shout out to whatever you're doing, but maybe Erica Mena would bring the same type of ratings that Jocelyn Hernandez did. Boo, try again. That was an epic fail because now at this point, Erica Mena's doing dumbass shit on the show. And
there's a lot of that though.
But it's a lot of that going on. But yesterday's episode or Monday, whatever day Monday was, like it looks dumb. It just looks fake as shit. You know,
I mean, like fake, like they set it up.
Yeah,
like
it looks set up. It looks very.
You know, I think the fact that that reality TV, the producers, everybody. People in general know that now that the reality TV is not real reality, that these are scenarios that they've created and that it's, somewhat scripted. It's somewhat scripted, or at least the scenarios are scripted, and think that they don't even try as hard to make it like, no, this is the real deal. You know what I mean? But I think they took a lot of that.
But then, so that's what I said, reality versus reality. Reality. And then I think too that they create and then they make people want to have a negative connotation about people, and they make people want to explode. So Erica Mena did a dummy moment on the last show where she poured liquor. She was just trying to be relevant in the show, and I think she's just too extra on this on Atlanta for whatever reason. She actually irritates me. She didn't used to irritate me. She actually now irritates me because I just feel like you're being extra for no reason. She grabs the girl's bottom shoe. Brittany, I actually like Brittany on the show. I do believe that Estelita, whoever, and all these other people are hating on her big time. Blah, blah, blah. Exactly. I do believe that they're hating on her. However, she's on the show, but by pouring something in the other girl's shoe, and then everybody was actually commenting saying she was just doing that to be extra on the show. So they were like, this shit is fake as fuck.
I mean, then again, fake as fuck. When we talk about reality versus reality, how often do we know people who actually do show out? Because
I got some real love and hip hop.
How they show out when they have an audience. People do extra because they got an audience and they know that you're not gonna whoop their ass. Or you know what I'm saying? That's true. I think that the reality TV it is somewhat real. It's about this much reality, and then they take it to the next level.
And I think that reality TV though too, really quick, not just kicking, it's creating monsters where there was no monster. Like even I'll just put Tommy out there, for example. She, you know what I'm saying? They like are pushing up her against the wall, trying to make her seem like she's an alcoholic and all these crazy things that she didn't have going on. And now all of a sudden we're alcoholic lunatic when that's probably not even who she is. Like we as far as it comes to TV, we don't really they have an opportunity and a platform to place positivity out there, to place positive reality. But instead of placing positive reality, we want to turn everything into a negative reality.
Let's talk about reality. Let's be real about the situation.
I don't want to be like that.
But nobody wants to be like that. But we tune in this, whether or not it would be television worthy. Were not these up? Are we really going to tune in? What are we tuning into? Do those people offer us content out the ratchetness? If there is now one person I will say who is pulling this off, hey boo boo, Jada Pinkett, with the Red Table. I consistently like the Red Table.
Yeah.
I tune into the Red Table. It's not a reality TV show. It has nothing to do with that. But that is one situation where I'm like, there's actually some powerful things, powerful and positive things going on, and it's still captivating. Would these reality TV shows with the people in them, all of that, would it be relevant without the cattiness, without the ratchetness, without the throwing? But then who are you?
But then that goes back to my original statement. Reality, we've gone so low where we accept this reality as entertainment, and then despite the fact that we know that this is not a real reality, are we saying that this is okay for you to act like this, and we've created this platform, and this is what makes you into something positive? You're now boring.
I mean, because no lie, I'm ready to slap a bitch if it's gonna give me the coin. Ebony, you about to
what
go
you willing to do for the coin? Wait, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna slap Ebony on live TV because I'm sorry.
Just because it's gonna get you.
I feel like, girl, it's not personal. It's okay. It's slapping real quick.
Come on. You know, but I just don't think. What do we say? At what point do we say?
And when you gonna start doing something funny for the money? And that was kind of, our next little topic. Things that we, because I have to say, GemDTwin, I got a little acting background, a little cinema and everything like that. And so, and because people find it entertaining, like, I think about this all the time. Like, would I be willing and ready to slap a bitch? Just, and make some shit up. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a Gemini. So there are plenty of people who I have wanted to slap and let me release some of my inhibitions. You know what I'm saying? Because I really feel like people can't bring out of you what's not already in you. And we are all human beings, and we all have and the ability to be ratchet. We have within us the ability to be violent. We have, all of these things. The dark people are made. You know what I'm saying? It's more so what side you tend to teeter-totter. Because I know it's not right. Your sense of right and wrong is, and those behaviors that you take out there in the world, those be that person.
Exactly.
Nobody is a killer till they kill somebody. Saying everybody say they would never do something to your kids. Then you be ready to kill somebody. You are now you are a killer. You see what I'm saying? So I never say mind to make sure that certain, don't put yourself in positions to have to be certain ways that you would not necessarily say that is naturally you, but it is. Mm-hmm. So talk about doing something strange for the change.
Do it for the. What you gonna do for the money?
For the change.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Okay, so back to it kind of brings us into this mindset.
You gonna change them? You do for the money.
You know what I'm saying? For the money, like you are in this, like we all, unfortunately, we got to make that money. We got to make this coin to survive, and so that's what. But when you're faced with, hey, I can make some coins doing this, and you like, okay, so this reality TV and people coming up off the Mona Scott, and all I had to do was slap a bitch up with some liquor and somebody's shoe and shit. Give me your shoe. Give me your shoe and ready. Like, let me choke you on the show real quick.
Or I could come on the show looking like this, like Tommy does, fashions and everything, and here we go. And then I'm about to get the money.
Yeah, and see, I'm all about it.
I'm gonna rock.
I'm sorry, I'm so here for it. I be done call my mother, be like, listen,
here,
okay,
let's do this today. Come on, let's do this today. Let's give them like this. Yes. This is what we doing for the money.
Okay,
we got the mask going for the money.
We got the mask for the money.
How you going action?
Okay, so this is SipsTea the Show, the mask.
Exactly. We're doing it for the money.
This is the new reality.
This is our reality.
Kind of shit. I don't don't like it that much.
You know,
I got the
like
chipmunk chip thing going on.
Oh, it's like a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it would be better. You know, I don't know. Tickling my nose. But I'm here for it though, a little bit. So I'm Johnny. But okay, so moving into some other things that's happening. We got to talk about the tea time. Hey, Kennedy.
Okay.
Kennedy was gonna make it on this show one way or another. Money.
You want to
do something strange for the change, can
she do a sit?
No, I'm not gonna do.
You know what?
Because if she knocks it in my
she's not gonna knock anything.
She might.
Let's just sit.
She's right.
She is right. Let's just sit. Kennedy, you ready?
This is amazing. Kennedy. Okay, so anyway, can you remove her so I can talk about Starbucks real quick? Because this is not conducive to what I'm trying to do. This is okay. So if you are still paying attention, because I am completely. So we'll talk about the fact that Starbucks. I got this. I saw this on the Shade Room, but I was listening to the radio earlier this morning. Again, 95, and they were talking about Starbucks and their health insurance plan. Now they are actually covering. Well, actually, first of all, I have to say that apparently Starbucks's insurance has been covering transgender surgeries since 2012, right off of Pride Month and things like that. I think that is amazing. And also in my Uber Chronicle life, I actually have driven with a lot of people in the transgender community. Oh. Absolutely, all walks of life, and we talk about things, you know. A young woman, respect. I was speaking with, told me about her journey to get her implants and how she had gotten several sets of implants and they were the cheap ones and you know they only last about this month. She talked about all the things that she did to her body.
They deflated?
No, they had to take them out. She had to take them out or do something. It was just. Okay. If you are from the transgender community, please forgive my ignorance if we, you know, say something that isn't necessarily correct on the show, because again, and kind of the collaboration, sometimes we just need to take some of the mystery out of things. Mm-hmm. The reason people are scared of things and the reason people can't be down with things is not always just because they can't be down, sometimes because they just don't know. Mm-hmm. So some of these communications and conversations with these people increase my knowledge about the situation. Mm-hmm. This is happening. It's going on in the world, and it's not just one person. It's not just one person that's so confused or whatever the case may be that people want to sell the situation about that community. This is happening. You know what I mean? This is their life. I see it every day. I see it on the male side and the female side. Get your life. Do you? Mm-hmm. But yes, this young woman, she was telling me had done to her body and, you know, the way that she financed it. And there's a lot of sketchiness in the financing of some of these things that they're doing to their bodies that's still not even healthy. You know what I mean? For her not to have healthy products put into her body, just like K. Michelle. You know, she's being removed. And she probably, and that removal is probably extra expensive. And we don't know, I don't know whether she got the cheap stuff or she got the good stuff or whatever the case may be, but it had to go. Mm-hmm. Either way. The person that I was talking to, sharing her journey several times, but the pull for this to be your body was so strong that she did not care. She told me about pain involved and things like that, the recovery, and you are willing to do those things. So if somebody, I don't consider it a fad. This must be what you need in order to feel intrinsically you. So that brings me to this whole Starbucks thing, because clearly the conversation in that vehicle was something she did some shit for the change more than once. And was completely okay with it, transparent and very open about what's going on, because at the end of the day, and I think this translates to many of the people in the transgender community, it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. If this is what you want to happen with your body, you won't feel right until you do it. And that is where she, and she's like, you know, no matter how much pain it caused, no matter what I have to do to get it, this is going on. So Starbucks, kudos to them for actually offering employees health care that will allow them to actually be healthy. So 2012, they've actually been, since 2012, they've been surgeries. And
they covered the surgery.
They covered surgeries.
The removal of the part?
Now I don't see, again, with the knowledge, you guys gotta let us know. I'm not exactly sure what goes into all of the surgery. That the report stated today, the one that I saw in the shade room and also heard about on the radio, was that the new things that they're increasing the health coverage for that community. And there include voice, voice changing. I think probably hormones probably went along with the first one. Yeah, because I think they have to have a series of hormones before you even get transgender surgery. But they're doing top surgery and facial feminization.
Then they probably are doing the top. Then they're probably doing
maybe the bottom always came, but they're definitely doing top surgery. So that covers the female to male transition, and they're doing feminization. Facial feminization.
Tongue twister.
Yes. But so get your life. I think that is the tea on Starbucks today, because you're taking some steps, and again, on the heels of Pride Month and things like that, we just need to be a little bit more accepting of people in our community, and just like
that's all inclusive.
Help these people do what they got to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else's health
awesome
and their choices are not your
business.
Doing that. Yeah, that's Starbucks.
I really think that's awesome.
Instead of them doing something strange for the change, funny for the money,
they can have Starbucks. Be a barista.
Go be a barista for a little while. Get your benefits, and then go get your.
I wonder, will they have to pay the money back? They have to work there for 5
insurance.
years.
It goes through their insurance covers it now.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I want a company, but I think it's definitely a great positive thing to come out with, that being that they just went through that whole racism thing and all the other stuff. So I think, so I think it's a great thing that they came out with this.
Yeah, they look,
and they did a great time.
You better support the gays.
Chick-fil-A, take note.
We're here. We're queer. Okay, so that's that. Now, the Suga Honey Iced Tea. We're going to have to get into the Suga Honey Iced Tea, and we're going to go ahead and hurry up and put up some people. Now, the first person that you said you wanted to...
mine is... Source the Shade Room once again. My Suga Honey Iced Tea, who I put up for this award, is the person who I've been just following back in 2000 arrested for a murder in a nightclub, or murder in a nightclub. He was arrested as he was the shooter. So now in 2018, the person who testified against him canting their statement.
The bullshitting.
That is the bullshit.
That is the Suga Honey Iced Tea.
I think that is the shit.
And I'm not with this shit.
I'm not with it. I would be pissed.
I would be super pissed.
I would be pissed.
I don't think
you can't.
How long was he locked up?
2010 to 2000. That's what you want to say.
I really don't
That's
think.
16 years.
I don't think that
he was sentenced to life.
Yeah.
And murder. He's related to Lil Romeo and Master P and all that.
Do you think murder, the fact that it's like murder? Do you think the fact that he has murder, his thing increased his
chances?
Yeah, but your name's C Murder, sir, so we're gonna believe. We're gonna believe her.
That's not back in the day stuff. They just wanted to pin it, whether it's or not. They just needed to pin it on somebody. That's not. But
imagine how many times that's happening.
Exactly.
In everyday life, we've seen people go to jail, and this was somebody that was already in the public eye.
Exactly.
So again,
I would actually sue. I would sue somebody. Somebody got to pay me.
I think that person, I'm sorry, I'm glad you recanted your statement. There has to be some accountability.
Yeah, I think that person should go to prison or something, because you took 16 years away from this man. Like, he was on his back.
You should have to be by house.
On the top with your Snoop Dogg and stuff like that.
You literally took his life.
You took his whole life.
Yeah.
You might You might as well have just said, you know what? Boom.
And you know what? Imagine some of these people that are getting it's still a chunk of your life. And this is where the Suga Honey Iced Tea is our laws, and the way that we carry out our laws, and the way that we get to be the end all, the be all, because Suga Honey Iced Tea of Agent Orange up there and in the border situation.
Oh, with the whole
with the keeping of the children,
keeping of the children and stuff like that. That was a big. We didn't even talk about that.
Did we do that last week?
We never did. That was major. And then how about what's her name? Donald Trump's wife had the "I really don't care" jacket on.
Yeah, that was
a thing. And that was a thing.
You know, do we think that's a thing, or do we just think she's an idiot?
I think she knew what she was doing.
Okay.
I personally. We have to realize that the president's wife is foreign. Understand what I'm saying? So what you're doing is saying my people can't come here.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is, I can see if she was an American, yes, she's a citizen now, but an American, then okay, whatever. But she's a foreigner too. Right. So you're doing all this against her people. I can even say that I really don't care could have been a message for her husband saying, because. Look, we
don't know what kind of subs Ivanka is.
But she ain't saying shit. That's for damn sure.
Well, I think he done learned her good, didn't he? Because
she ain't said nothing.
She done probably kept her mouth closed for years. So there's so many people up for this Suga Honey Iced Tea award.
We could have put that up there.
I mean,
so what did you have?
You know what? Okay, because I was going to talk about OG Greedo. You know, he's a West Coast, I think, rapper.
Yeah.
You know, he got sentenced, or he had an arraignment, whatever, sentencing or whatever. This is also in the Shade Room, so you guys can find the details. But
we just reporting it.
Yeah, I'm. So the show is too damn short for me to give y'all all of everything. Like, take the nugget and go get the gem, you know. So, but he proposed his wife, fiance, girlfriend. You know, he proposed to her. After being sentenced to 20 years. So are you going to get the time and have to serve the time? I'm not sure. Usually when you actually got sentenced to something,
you got to serve some.
You got to serve some. So we know you is going to jail for a period of time, at least some period of time. You decide that you want to marry a sister. I think that's a Suga Honey Iced Tea as well. And
he might think he a Gucci man.
I mean, Keisha. Stop it, y'all. Just stop it.
Because Keisha waited for her man.
But there's but that's how I segue into because I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. We're gonna talk about actually that situation. But who does the award go to? Which one of these things that we just talked about is the Super Suga Honey Iced Tea that we are absolutely not with? Ivanka and her jacket. Can we just wrap that whole thing into the Border Patrol and all of that?
Yeah, the whole situation.
Please look into that, because the only way we can exact change is if we actually and we become outraged all together as a community. Only way that we can get anything changed around here. That's the truth. Me being mad about it, Eb Deceleb being mad about it, us talking about yak is not doing anything but actively upset and collectively outraged about something. That's when we get changed. The C murder situation. Yeah. And I feel like that's equally I don't that shit. 2 awards today.
Yeah, I mean we might have to do 2 awards.
Okay, we're gonna have to give it to,
because you can't really
on a political scale. We're not with the shits with old Agent Orange up there and Ivanka and her jacket and all you got going on and this whole Border Patrol. That's on a grand scheme because that's affecting everybody. But down to, and then we got to go with the shits award, because we're not with the shits with the whole recant. Like, seriously.
Girl, I'm gonna tell you something. If I would kill that motherfucker. Out of this 16 years, right? I mean, that's like it could be justified. You know, is there anything such as killing, self-defense, or something?
So I don't know if I can let you walk these streets. You guys, we are shit.
We're not, but we're definitely gonna keep it moving. Yeah. I know, because we're actually at that hour.
Yeah, we're at the hour. So Affinity. We needed to pose the coming off the 03 Greedo. burrito. Now, to be honest, guys, I don't know who the hell this guy is. You hear my voice drop it down. I don't know what the hell this guy is. I mean, to be honest, I might listen to music. I might don't ring flying fuck. What I do give a fuck about is the whole thing in general. The fact that a man, woman, whoever, would propose to you, like, okay, now that I'm being sentenced, now I realize how special.
Yeah.
And how often does that happen?
Gucci man.
Everybody who is about to go down, they want somebody to be down with it. The question for affinity, and we can talk about it just briefly, but then I want to pose this question to you guys so we can talk about it next week, because women can talk about this. How down do you need to be for somebody? Like, why do we group everything? Because somebody say they down with this, that, and the other. Hey, Elliot. But we see you over there on YouTube. Thank you for shouting us out. But yeah, how down is down? Just because you going through hard times, like how down should we be? Because people like to throw that in your face as well. You know what I'm saying? You want to ride or die. You want somebody to ride or die. You want them to be down with your shenanigans. Now, I draw the line at that. I don't want to be down with your shit.
No.
If you about to get a Suga Honey Iced TEA award for your shits, I'm not down.
Well, me personally, get arrested, locked up. Look, when you get locked up, no, I'm doing me. When you come out,
Eb Deceleb, yeah, I can't see it.
I ain't about to do
she gonna be with the shits for like
2 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'll be like,
if she really love you, it might be a month. But after that, baby. Shit, I'm talking about love. Like, Kennedy, don't get locked up, baby girl, because if they take Kennedy to the pound, she's going to be on the night.
But yeah, guys, definitely, we got that question out there. Answer that question. Just want to know how down is down and how long would you go?
Yes, and we need to talk about that. Absolutely. All the different scenarios about somebody being quote unquote down, and down for the cause, and all this other stuff, and how that affects us, because that definitely means there's a portion of your life that you're not living, and how a person is worth it for 20 years, 8 to 10, whatever the case may be. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're actually asking me to halt my life or to do that. How down is down?
For detox, it's Wellness Wednesday.
So
I have, for me, it's I'm always talking about water, drinking more water, and what does water do for you. So recently I did a topic at work today for also, it's called at work today. We do Wellness Wednesdays at work as well. And for water, we've been doing water. Water helps constipation, gives you beautiful skin, helps you urinate it. But today we focus on that water helps with headaches. Yeah. So that's another good fact to know about water. Drink more water. It helps relieve a lot of headaches that you could potentially have, and stuff like that. So that's what I have for detox. Oh, and there's a birthday coming up. So I don't know. Look. I'm not to be losing weight
season for a second, but let cancers have their day. This little Leo, she ready to jump the gun.
Okay, I'm gonna be losing weight during this cancer season.
There's so many cancers, all the cancers. Actually, my niece's birthday is today.
Oh yeah,
so my niece's birthday is today. So shout out to her bringing in cancer season. Shout out to all the cancers. The DDTINC is a cancer as well. I'm going to also say check out the Under the Construction mixtape 2, because your girl GemDTwin is definitely on it. We played this song on the gram when we were whatever. So if you actually look on SoundCloud, you can actually see the Under Construction mixtape 2 for 2018, and so definitely check the whole thing out. My little on the ground.
Yeah, well, we out of time. I was gonna say, did you want to do a little pause?
No, we're gonna do a what?
I was gonna say, did you want to give another little preview? But we out of time.
No. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to SoundCloud. You're gonna look up Under Construction mixtape too, and you're gonna find it. You're gonna listen. You're gonna love it, and let us know what you think about that. But there's a lot of cancer birthdays out there. And hey, we're in July.
It's my nephew's birthday. I just thinking.
Okay, see,
July 17th. That's cancer.
Oh, July 17th, the actual month right behind. Yes. This is my shake for the cancer season. Oh, a little shimmy for you, and a shimmy for you, a shimmy for you too, but shimmy. Okay.
And with that being
said, yes, we're gonna actually close it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let your detox tea stand with the water, because y'all know I'm really big on this whole water situation.
Yeah.
And actually, at the start of this, I was really heavily into drinking my gallon a day. I've actually cut back, not intentionally, but had to, and I definitely noticed a difference. So
drink your water, people.
And if you're drinking tequila, drink your water too. Like, you have to have it.
Don't want to be dehydrated.
Like, you got, stay hydrated, folks, especially in the summertime. So that is all we have for today. Thank you so much. We love you lots. Please come and tune in and, party and chillax with us.
Subscribe to SipsTea the Show.
Next Wednesday. But yes, this is a labor of love, and bear with us with the changes, because sometimes you got to take a step back to take a step forward. So when we take a step forward, it's going to be the leap. But until then, we are going to keep it consistent, and we'll be here, and hopefully you will be too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that.
And thank you for those people who are going to go back and watch it too.
Go back and watch it. Please get these views up.
Exactly. Thank you for those. Help us get our views up. But thank you for those who are actually going to go back and watch the show as well.
And comment, subscribe.
Thank you for those as well. So
thank you guys. If you're on Facebook, visit us on YouTube at SipsTea the Show. And thank you guys for tuning in over there on YouTube, SipsTea the Show.
And we're out.
I know.
We gotta move. We gotta move.
Hello, my little friend. Oh my Lord. This is not working.